All right, and this is the Fooladi Fitness Podcast, episode number 6. Joined today by my guy Zah AKA Mr. Madhusudana himself, a man full of knowledge, wisdom, and game when it comes to topics like spirituality, philosophy, human nature, and so forth. And personally, one of my favorite content creators for quite some time now. So I'm excited to have you on the podcast, man, and I'm ready to run it up.
Hey, appreciate that, bro. Excited to be here.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, so we actually been talking back and forth for quite some time now, and I don't know if you remember, but before I even started this channel, I was hitting up a lot of content creators I enjoyed at the time, and you were one of the first people to actually give me advice and tips on how to go about making content and how to create a YouTube channel and so forth. So it's a pretty cool little full circle moment we got going on.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yes, sir. So to start things off, bro, I wanted to ask you, kind of like what was your life like before the spiritual path we see you on today, and what were the events that led up to it?
Well, before I was just like grinding, like I was just working and pursuing my goal. I wanted to go to the NFL, like so that was like a dumbass dream. Because looking back on it, like bro, I was nowhere never close about to go to that shit. But that was my goal. And luckily though, if I didn't want to do that, I probably wouldn't have went to college.
Hmm.
So I look at that as the universe tricking me to go to college
Hmm.
and get out the city. So I was just working, and all the money that I made from working a job, I would just put it back into my goal of playing football.
Hmm. And what were the events that sparked that spiritual awakening, if you want to call it, or what you've termed as a before, from going from BC, before consciousness, to AC? Like, how did that whole process go about?
Well, I grew up in a church, so I always kind of had like a spiritual background.
Mm.
But like when I really got on some conscious shit, I'm not gonna lie, it was weed. Like when I first really started smoking weed, it's like my brain just was perceiving things like way better, and I'm like, yo, this shit is fucked up. Like, or not even fucked up, but like there's just certain stuff that I looked at as normal. I'm like, bro, it's not normal. Like, this is kind of wild that you alive right now. And it just made me be extra aware. Like, what the hell? And like, I'm in college, bro, and I was like, I'm I'm like, bro, I'm sitting in class. Like, I almost dropped out of school. If I wasn't a person who I just finished what I start, I would have dropped out. Because I'm
Mm.
like, bro, I'm sitting in this classroom learning who knows what, and it's the sun outside, and I'm just sitting in this classroom being just like a drone. Like that, it was pissing me off. But I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna finish it because my family, black people, bro, black people ain't recognized yet that college degrees ain't worth shit. So I'm like, it's just gonna make them happy. So I'm just gonna get it.
Mhm. So, so you're puffing a lot, and then this is actually really similar to me, and because when I started getting into, like, I was smoking here and there, but like when I started really like heavy, like just blowing kush all the time, I started like getting
Hmm.
into those headspaces and like asking myself, and it was uncomfortable at the moment, because to me, like, especially now after I've taken like other drugs, other substances, like weed is a mild psychedelic to a certain degree, so it kind of gets
Right?
you,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, into those states. So when you were like asking yourself these things, like what was like essentially the tipping point that like got you over the edge to like really, in a sense, realize the spiritual nature of our reality?
Um, it's funny because it's so stupid. Like when I look back on it, I'm smoking weed, right? And I'm watching Doctor Strange, like the first movie,
Uh-huh.
and then like it's this scene where she touches third eye, and just some goofy shit start happening. I'm like, yo, that is trippy. And then I'm like, I was like, I'm not gonna, bro. I literally paused the movie at that scene, and I said, I'm not gonna finish this movie until I figure out what the hell that was, and I experienced something similar to that. And
Mm,
then that's when I found LSD and mushrooms.
mm. Yeah, okay, now we just opened up a new can of worms right there, so let's just go right there. Yeah,
Hmm.
bro, I've heard you talk about it in your videos here and there, and I've had my fair share of experiences with psychedelics. but I haven't heard you really like dive into like how it's been, how it's helped you on this path, and like what were some of the most profound experiences or downloads or just insights that you got from your certain psychedelic trips?
All right, so the first one I'll give you before I forget, and it's crazy, but the first, I think it was mushrooms that I was on at the, no, it was LSD. When
Mm,
I was on LSD, the most craziest download I ever got is
mm,
that we never gonna know. Yo, I start cracking up laughing like, yo, millions of philosophers, millions of great thinkers and yogis and all of them. Like, of course, I think the yogis and the metaphysical aspect, they the closest that we gonna get to experience reality. But when I was full of the juices of universe download,
mhm.
my brain knew it's impossible for your human brain to comprehend the great thing. And I just started laughing like, and we pursue our whole life. Oh, I'm trying to find all these answers. Bro, it ain't no goddamn answer. Like, the meaning of life is you just living it. Like, that's the answer.
Mm. So that was
And then,
off LSD, you said?
yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure.
Uh-huh. And what about like what was it, your like heaviest dose story or like craziest story that you got?
See, like, it's funny because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that I've been practicing meditation before I got real deep into psychedelics.
Hmm.
So, like, when other people do like crazy doses, like, they might freak out
Hmm.
because they not used to experimenting with themselves, or they don't have knowledge. Like, I always, even before, because I was a psychology major, so
Mm.
I already knew about the brain and the mind. And see, that was another thing that kind of led me to spirituality, because once you realize everything is the mind
Hmm.
and we some fucking animals, that shit was a trip. Like, oh, bro, I'm like this the scientist, because most people don't trust nothing unless white people say it. So psychology is like white people information, meaning like the European school system deems this as this is correct. So I'm like, if they're saying it, but they're saying it in their scientific way, it confirmed with other people say that they look at them as crazy, but they just saying it in not a scientific term way. So I'm like, all right, if everything is the mind, I'm basically a goddamn animal.
Hmm.
Like, that shit just fucked me up. But oh
From
yeah, so
meditation.
when I take it from meditation and just studying just different stuff, period, like from
Hmm.
stoicism to physics to to spirituality. But so I'm saying, when I take doses of stuff, like, it don't really affect me like that. Like,
Mm.
it affect me, like I'm tripping, but it don't. I never like freaked out or nothing. And
Hmm.
I took 2 tabs before,
Mm.
and I think the highest shrooms I took was like close to like a heroic dose. It was definitely like 6 or 7 G's, and it really wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be.
Really?
But at the same time, it might have been some old shrooms.
Mm.
Because if you got some good shrooms and you take 3.5, that's going to be enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't have no like crazy experiences except
Hmm.
for on LSD. The only thing super crazy is like when I look at my phone. Like, you know how iPhones got the apps, like the apps would be shrinking and then growing and then
Mm.
shrinking, like that. But or I'll watch like a movie and like their face just be changing colors.
Hmm.
Or one night, it's crazy because I'm tripping on LSD, going to a college party. This is when like college start decaying. Like, we got the new kids that just sit on their phones, and I'm just watching it like, yo, these are some fucking losers. Like, I'm like, at the party, you supposed to be dancing and interacting, or everybody on their phone, and it was like pissing me off. I'm like, bro, these new humans ain't shit.
Hmm.
But I'm looking at this dude, he got waves, and I'm looking at his waves, and his waves is like floating off of his head. I'm like, oh shit, like, that shit crazy. But other than that, it ain't nothing really too crazy that happened to me.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, that's funny that you said you took 6 to 7 almost, and like it wasn't as like profound. But like you said, like the type you get, how strong it is, like really affects that. Because like
Hmm.
I took 5 grams one time, and man, bro, I was sent to a fucking another universe, bro. I got like the most downloads and stuff like that, and that was like essentially my spiritual like awakening, and like the stuff I like got out of that trip was like what eventually led me down to like really like exploring spirituality, really exploring what's it called, just our actual true nature and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting
Right.
that how it can differ from person to person. But with that said, bro, like one thing I've come to say, and I don't know if maybe that you agree with it too, is that like when it comes to the spiritual side of like psychedelics, it seems like it's almost like a steroid for spiritual growth. Like if you take steroids to go to the gym, you'll blow up in size and strength, but you don't keep that. And like when you take like bigger doses, this and that, at least for me, like you get all those downloads, but you barely can like really like attain the totality of how profound it was. So it's kind of like a steroid in that sense, but true like spiritual like practices and true spiritual knowledge, it takes time, like it would natural if you want to build up muscle and strength. It takes time, but once you get there, you like keep it. So is that something that you kind of like experienced too with psychedelics?
Yeah, for sure. Like, and then you gotta look at it like this. Everybody got different mind compositions. So like, I'll talk to party girls and they'll be like, "Oh, I take LSD," because they stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have never had an awakening because they already dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So all it did was just make them have more fun because they
Mm-hmm.
already like they're so sleep that even taking LSD didn't wake them up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or people that smoke weed. Like, there's people that smoke weed all day, every day, from the moment they came out their mom coochie, and they still like don't question reality because they
Mm-hmm.
just their brain is just they got a simple brain. So
Mm-hmm.
it all depends on like what brain you got. But definitely, like the next day after a trip, I would still have like I would still kind of see the world through those eyes. But like you said, it do wear off on the intensity, which is why you do gotta practice like yoga and meditation, because that's how you get it naturally, versus the artificial.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So like when you were going throughout this process, you're getting into like the deeper like aspects of life, whether it's through weed, psychedelics here and there. So what like got you intrigued and like interested in like the actual practices, the actual methods, the actual like paths, whether it's like Vedic traditions, whether it's whatever it is at that actually helps you get to those points of these sages, these yogis, these like higher realized masters. Like what interested you, and what was like the thing that really like caught your eye?
Well, it was really just because I was like just tired of the world. I'm like, yo, the world fucked up. I'm like I can't really find nothing positive about the world, like especially at the time place that I was in. So I'm like, I gotta figure out what's the point slash let me just see if what these yogis is talking about is real, like when it comes to meditation. Because I'm like, I don't think, at least at this time, like my football dreams was crashing. Life is just already shitty. So I'm like, let me just see if they, because I'm like, I'm trying to think if I found this before or after. Because I had found a mantra too. That's what made me and I started chanting the mantra, and like I got immediate changes in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, this shit is real. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I low key was like, okay, so everything they say is true then, because I tested one thing and it immediately changed. So I'm like, everything they say is real,
Mm-hmm.
versus years of Christianity and nothing I did benefited nothing from, like, it didn't help me really do nothing. I mean, it helped you a little bit with like certain mindsets and beliefs, but like the way yoga and meditation, bro, that shit is next level.
Mm-hmm. And like, was it like a certain book or like certain like person that you specifically got into first that like taught you these things, or was it just like all of it at once?
Yeah, it was like all at once, for real,
Mm-hmm.
for real. It was like all that. That's why it'd be hard for me to like people like, oh, like when people ask for books, I just give them the Bhagavad Gita, and the Tao Te Ching. But it's hard for me to be like, oh, this book or that book, because this shit happened like such a fast, hypersonic rate that I'm like, bro, my brain was everywhere. Like, I don't know how to pinpoint, like, oh, yeah, You know what I mean? It was just happening so fast. But definitely meditation and Nisargadatta Maharaj, I Am That book. That book right there, my first summer when I was like serious on my spiritual stuff, I would just read that book daily. And every day, as soon as I wake up, I meditate for an hour. As soon as I come home from work, meditate for an hour. About to go to bed, meditate for, like, I was so serious. Like, I'm trying to see what they talking about. So that's what it was.
So it was like the Bhagavad Gita, Tao Te Ching, and like those are the two main ones. But is there any like other like ones that were a big help in your journey?
Yeah, I Am That. I Am That.
Okay.
Yeah, that was actually that was the main book that I first was like, that first really, I would say, awakened my mind. That was the first book. Cause I feel like if you read the Bhagavad Gita, they put it in simplistic terms so almost anybody can understand. But I'm like, if you don't meditate and find that source yourself, a lot of that what they say could go over your head. The same with Tao Te Ching. Like, if you listen to it without meditation, your brain is going to interpret the information, so you might miss a lot of the stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita is definitely a lot more like direct and like simple. Like I read it earlier this year, and it's honestly one of my favorite books like already, because how like simple it is. Like you can give it to like anyone that's kind of like on this type of like frequency or this wave, that and they'll understand the gist of it. But like some other deeper spiritual books that like maybe you're reading, I'm reading, it's like you kind of have that, you need that base foundation. Like same thing you said, like when it comes to psychedelics, like you have that base foundation of meditation at least. So when you take those substances, like it will actually show you what you're looking for instead of just like jumping into the deep end of the ocean and you don't even know how to swim.
Right, exactly. I think that's why people do crazy shit, like, cause it'd be confusing to me when I even hear stories like that, like, oh, this person took mushrooms and jumped off a roof, like,
Bro, that's
even
happened. That's happened to one of my friends. I'm not even joking. Took salvia and he jumped out of his
see, that's different though. That's
yeah, that's
different.
just
Salvia
different.
is
Yeah.
some weird ass shit.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
that's
had a dude. This dude, I'm guessing like his brain was so sensitive that even to weed, like, he freaked out. So one day he was he was like, ha, and like I guess he was just acting weird the whole time. And he didn't take salvia. But somebody told him that it was. Bro, and it made him freak out even more. Like, bro, he wouldn't sit down. He's like, bro, sit down. Like, he was just standing up. Then like he immediately just left. I'm like, bro, this nigga tripping. But it wasn't even salvia, it was just weed. But it's like his brain was so, I don't know, that the weed, because like you said, weed is a psychedelic. So his brain made him freak out. Because I took mushrooms before and I climbed on the roof, me and my friend, and my other friend who was like trip sitting us was like, bro, y'all sure y'all want to go on the roof?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't want y'all to jump. I'm like, bro, we do this shit for real, bro. Like, I'm about to jump off the fucking roof.
Yeah, bro, that shit was crazy. He took salvia and he literally jumped out his window, like completely. And I was like, bro, this is that. That's why I was like, bro, I'm never touching that thing. But is there any other like psychedelics like that you would take other than mushrooms and LSD and like maybe some of the more like shamanic ones like peyote, ayahuasca, or even like DMT?
Yeah, I definitely would take ayahuasca. I would take DMT. I want to do them, but you know how it is. Like when you on the street level, you don't know what they got or what it is. So it's like, I don't trust it. But I would definitely probably do a retreat one day and do like ayahuasca or DMT and see what it do to me. Just because I'm like, LSD and shrooms is cool, but it's like, I feel like I'm over them now. Like I might do them occasionally for fun. Or if I'm studying something deep and I feel like I want to learn it even deeper, like I'll take it.
Shrooms or LSD?
Both. But like depending on what the scenario is. Like if I want to learn something mentally, like experiment with a mantra or something like that, then I'll do LSD.
Yeah.
Because LSD is more for your brain. That shit really got your synapses firing and connecting all over the place. But shrooms, matter of fact, shrooms, I'm about to start doing shrooms as a party drug.
Really? Like
yeah, because
not a big dose though, huh?
Huh?
Like a Smaller dose though, huh?
Yeah, probably like 2 Gs, maybe even 3. Cause
Mm,
whenever I take shrooms, I'm just like I feel like I'm the best version of myself
mm,
being high.
mm.
Cause if I'm high on weed, I'm not gonna want to leave the house.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
want
be
to talk.
antisocial, not want to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
If I take LSD, I'm gonna be too fucking geeked up. Like people gonna be like, "Yo, this motherfucker on some weird shit."
Hmm.
Even with shrooms though, but it's like I don't care. I'll accept it on shrooms. Like
Hmm.
that should be. But then again, no. Let me stop. Nah, shrooms is too much. Cause if you vibrating too high around other people, they gonna be on some weird shit.
Hmm. You can microdose too, like where it's like kind of like it's like a little buzz. It feels like you faded. Because like
Right.
I've done microdoses with shrooms, but I did a whole like experiment on myself when I was like first getting into spirituality and all these things. I have a video on this on my channel if you want to check it out. It's I microdosed LSD for 90 days, and
Mm-hmm.
during that, like what you just said, it's like your brain. I was trying to like teach myself certain things, so I was like, bro, I'm trying to like teach myself all these things at once. So let me just try microdosing LSD the entire time. So I never read a book my entire life till that point. So I was like, okay, let me teach myself like basically how to read. Like I knew how to read, but like how to actually like sit
Right.
down and not like want to like throw the book across the fucking classroom. And,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like
Right.
teaching myself how to get that habit in, how to get in the habit of meditation, how to do this. So like to me, especially microdoses of LSD are like a natural Adderall. Like it's not like, oh bro, I'm gonna cram all this information to like pass my final exam, but it's like I can be a little bit more creative with it and like do the things I enjoy, but like you're still geeked up. But shrooms, like what you just said, it's like gets you more like open or emotional almost. Like you're kind of more like tapped in with other
Mm-hmm.
people's like energies and stuff like that. So it makes sense
Right.
why people go to like festivals and stuff with like tripping on shrooms. But personally I couldn't. Like I just like it gets too overwhelming. I'm like, I'm not trying to be around like thousand
Right.
people. Yeah, but like I get the
Right.
point.
See, you right though. Cause one time I took shrooms. And I always been a fuck boy. So like I'm trying if I like you as a girl, I'm
Yeah.
trying to fuck you. Like I'm gonna walk up to you and talk to you and try to fuck you. You feel me? But one day I'm on shrooms and my roommates in college, like they didn't tell me because you know how college is and like we was kind of popular. So it could start off as like a kickback and then it turned into a party.
Mm,
So that's what happened. Number one, they didn't tell me that they was inviting people. I because they over friendly. Like I'm from the city, so we not that friendly. Like we just not accepting people.
mm,
But they be friendly as shit, always inviting people to the house. So they ain't tell me. So I took these shrooms. People start coming over. It ended up turning into a party. Now I'm sitting down, the shrooms kicking in. It was a girl that I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to fuck her tonight. And I to this day, I feel like I could have fucked. Like I feel like I know I could have fucked her. But when I seen her through the eyes of the shrooms, I
mm,
felt bad for her. I'm
mm,
like, damn, she wearing makeup. She got her titties just all pressed out, tight ass clothes with her ass fat. And I looked at her like a girl, like a little girl. I'm like, damn, like I feel bad for her, like,
mm,
cause she trying to. They doing. That's why I feel bad for women sometimes. Like, in my deepest spiritual woman, I feel bad for women.
mm,
Like they cannot help it. They just try everything to try to get fucked.
mm,
Then they get mad when somebody fuck them and leave them. But it's like
mm,
that's life.
mm,
You feel me?
mm. Yeah, kind of you're like your level of consciousness on the shrooms kind of like raised from the lower levels of like lust and stuff to like higher levels of like looking at it like in more of a not in a sense of like you loved her like as in romantically, but like you saw the like the
Right,
universal like love, like damn, like girls are kind of like brainwashed to just be fucking hoes, like just to be straight up. Like
right,
it's like not their
right.
fault, but it is, but like it is kind of like what society and stuff pushes. But that kind of brings me over to semen retention, because for the OGs of like your audience and stuff like this, your channel before it was even Madhusudana was false entity. If anyone remembers that, comment down below. But it was mainly semen retention content. And
Mm-hmm.
matter of fact, bro, like I exactly remember the first video I watched. It was titled "Treat Semen Retention Like It's a Trap," and the
Right.
title itself like caught me. And I remember like the intro was like young Meek Mill and a young Nipsey Hussle like talking about the grind and stuff like that. And then and then
Mm-hmm.
you had like the Harry Potter glasses and all that stuff, bro. But like, and then
Right.
you just started like spazzing, bro, like snapping. Like it just like at the time, like I was maybe like a month into like the streak I'm still on today. Like it was like 2-3 years ago, and
hmm
like the all these other content creators talking about semen retention at the time were like talking on a very like surface level, physical like nature, like that I like came across at that time. There was other ones obviously that
Right.
I finally like saw into, but it was all about like female attraction, this and that. But you were like treating it it was like a power up, a way for like men to like really just like supercharge their purpose and their drive and just actually like focus
hmm
on the things that they really need to do in life. So let's talk about how did you first come across semen retention and how it's been like a staple or like an actual like pillar or foundation within like the spiritual path, within the even the entrepreneurial path with YouTube and this and that and everything that you got going on.
All right. So first, I'll say this, cause this go back like it's funny how like it's so many things I used to do when I was younger that translate to now that I'm older with more understanding. So I always felt like jerking off was bad. It's funny because guilt, you know how like they say, oh, we got to stop shaming and guilting. Shame and guilt keeps people to do what the fuck they need to do.
Mhm.
That's why the society crazy, because ain't nobody shaming and guilting nobody. But me as a young person, when I would jerk off, it had to be like middle school. I'm gonna say, let's say sixth grade, seventh grade. It was one of those grades that I started jerking off. And I had shame and guilt after I would do it. I'm like, damn, bro, like this low key, like for some reason, I'm like, bro, this is not good.
From the start,
So,
right?
bro, from the start, I'm like, bro, this not good. I'm
Mhm.
like, bro, I'm like, bro, you one, cause I'm a person, I don't like nobody or nothing having control over me.
Mhm.
So I'm like, one, this shit got control over you. Like you want to do it every time you come home from school. I'm like, bro, that's addiction. Like I always look at addiction as like bad. I don't want to be addicted to nothing. So then I played football. I'm like the smallest person on the field at any given time. So I'm like, I need an extra boost.
Mhm.
I'm like, I can't be wasting my energy. And then all boxing movies, if you watch like old school boxing movies or
Mhm.
boxing trainers, they always tell you to go celibate. Always. They say you lose your legs. That's what they say. You don't got no weight
Mhm.
in your legs no more. So that's when I first started like, okay, I'm trying to play football and do it serious. Like I'm focused and I felt the energy and the power. But then fast forward, once you get into college, bro, that's when you really, I mean, once again, I kept doing it though. Cause high school, I lived in a dorm in high school, so it was rare that I had sexual opportunities. Even though when I did have them, I took advantage of them. But I was same with college. Like I'm focused. I'm trying to go to the college to get to the NFL. Like I'm
Mhm.
really trying to get out the hood. Like that. I was not playing around. I'm not trying to come back to this motherfucker.
Mhm.
So then I get to college. Same shit. I could have the fucking. Bro, I was one time I had the baddest girl, bro. She was like tough as shit. Everybody wanted her, bro. She was a freak, bro. Even her, I used to be like, yo, I'm not about to talk to you during the week. I got football practice.
Mhm.
Like we could have fun on the weekend, but and then side note, that's how you get girls to like you, by not being always on a dick. Like get
Mhm.
them out your face sometimes. But my senior year slash junior year, it's like this yogi channel. I forgot the name of it, but they always posting quotes by yogis. And it was like Swami Vivekananda and
Mhm.
Swami Sivananda.
Mhm.
And they always was talking about the importance of semen retention. I'm like, damn. Bro, I had a real heart to hurt myself. Like, bro, this is a big issue for you, bro. Like, but you know, if you want to know what these yogis know, you gotta do what they do. So I was
Mhm.
like, bro, you gotta stop. Like, you gotta stop. And that was my first time really like stopping.
So it was like from first it was like it was the movies that kind of like hinted you at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually like it worked, and then from that point on, when you were into your spiritual like path, you saw these quotes about semen retention, and then did you look into it more and then be like, damn bro, I'm just gonna go full on streak?
Yeah. I looked at it, and then plus, cause like I said, see me, this might be a difference between me and like other spiritual teachers. They might have more pure reasons to do things,
Hmm.
but I do things out of practicality.
Hmm.
So I'm like, okay, you're about to leave school. You're still broke as fuck. You feel me? You don't have a car. I'm like, bro. And I realized like women are they like what's better than them. So I'm like, you was getting away with it with being a bum because you were in school. And like you don't need a car. Like everybody right here, or you could a girl. I used to always date girls with cars. But I'm like, bro, you getting to an age to where like that's some corny shit. Like if you
Hmm.
don't got a car, bro, you a bum. Like that's how I was looking at myself. So I'm like, bro, I'm gonna stop like until I build myself, like figure out what I'm gonna do after college. Like until then, I'm not playing around with no girl. Until I
Hmm.
get my car. That's why I said treat you like the trap. Bro, I'm working and throwing my money in the bank, not even paying attention to them. I'm not paying attention to no girls. I wasn't getting no haircuts, no nothing. I'm on my grind. So that's what led to me to really be on it. And then when I noticed the spiritual benefits, I'm like, damn, this shit real. Like
Hmm.
even the third eye, like you would think the third eye was fake because all you ever do is hear people talk about it. But then when I went celibate and I was meditating every day and learning different shit, and I felt vibrations in my third eye, I'm like, oh
Hmm.
shit, this shit
Hmm.
is real. So then I'm like, bro, all this shit they talk about is real.
Hmm. Yeah. I actually have a video talking about this. It's called the esoteric like secrets of semen retention, where it's like all these spiritual practices of time like knew the importance of it. I don't know if you've read the Cold Serpent.
I did. Somebody
Hmm.
suggested me to read that book, and I did it. And
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I
Oh,
didn't
you
like
didn't
it.
like it? Okay. Okay. What
Cause he
was
was
that
like the
thing
only
you
reason
looked
why I
at?
didn't like it, cause he was just like too negative against sex.
Yeah.
I ain't
Mhm.
like it.
It was like too extreme with it. Yeah. I can tell. I can understand. Even when I was reading, I was like, it's a little kind of like making it like a war like against sex. Like it's not like that deep, but like it depends on how you want to practice semen retention in general. But in that video, I talk about how it's like when you raise this like energy up to the higher levels of consciousness, it like awakens that third eye, that Christ consciousness, that just I think it's called the cave of Brahma in Vedic studies and stuff like that. That's like what gives you
Mm-hmm.
the perspective of seeing things from like a higher plane. So
Right.
let's talk about how that's that how that happened to you. Like what was it like at one specific moment in meditation? Like because I've gotten like crazy like a burning like sensation in my third eye area, if you want to call it that, forehead area.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could be kundalini, it could be this and that, like whatever it is. But I want to hear about your experiences.
Yeah, it was really like when I was reading I Am That. I would read I Am That. When I'm not reading I Am That, I would read another spiritual book, and I was constantly meditating. So I wasn't thinking about nothing except for trying to find the source.
Mm.
So I was really just in that dimension, just locked away from the normal world. Even when I did it, usually when our summer break would come, I would go back home and I would work a warehouse job, and I would get like decent money, especially for like my age and from where I'm from. I'm like, bro, I thought I was rich. The money I was getting, it really probably wasn't shit, but I'm like, bro, this the most money I ever got in my life.
Hmm.
And but I sacrificed that job. I didn't go to that job. I stayed at school, took a lesser paying job just so I could stay in my environment of college, because it was more like in what they call the sticks, like where it's just nothing but woods. It's really
Mm.
country people, bunch of like hillbilly Trump people around there, but they ain't never do nothing to me. But I'm like, this is like a serenity place, so I'm like, I'm gonna sacrifice money for the knowledge. So I wasn't even thinking about nothing. And
Hmm.
then occasionally though, I would slip up and then have sex with somebody.
Hmm.
But it's like other than that, I was just so focused. But then on a sex and spirituality, the real ultimate goal, at least for me, is to practice sex without ejaculation. That's like the ultimate goal. I feel like I'll be the top notch demon that I want to be if I
Mm.
master that. Because even like releasing, because it's like once you reach a certain level, you I'm not saying you invincible, but you damn near invincible. Like whatever you do is going to get convert to light because you're light. Like people be saying, oh, alcohol damage your third eye. Bro, I done got drunk as fuck and felt more connected, like, damn, the stars, the night, because it's already my consciousness. So nothing I put in is going to make me turn into a fucking barbaric animal. Or I have sex with a girl and I release, then all that energy that was just stuck, bro, it immediately go up to my third eye on my heart because it was down there. So now that it's gone, and I'll be laying next to a girl next to a girl in a bed, and I'll be feeling like all loving and shit. And like I'll be trying to hide like how happy I am because I'm like, I don't want her to think like she did this because then I don't want her to get too attached to me or like think, oh, but it's like no matter what you do, you're always that because you are that.
So yeah, that kind of like is like the balance between the material and the spiritual world. And it's kind of like if you want to go full on like monk, celibate, brahmacharya, it's like you kind of have to put yourself in the environment where that's like practical enough. Like you can't really do that in the city, like you said. Like you kind of, even you had to like go in a more like nature filled area to even do some of the practices. But like they just take it to the next level because they're just trying to like detach from it all. So that kind of is like the modern version of how to like balance the material and spiritual world. So like how have you kind of like addressed that? Because like it's, once you kind of get the taste of like the spiritual side, it's kind of easy, depending on the type of person you are, to just go full-fledged like all in one direction. And because it's like so like enticing sometimes, but you kind of still have to play the game on the physical plane.
See, this how I go, right? When the more you study, because once again, I'm a proponent of free will does not exist. It's an illusion. And to take it deeper, a lot of men be like, oh, astrology is stupid, but that's because they lack understanding. Astrology really is like what they call planets. The more you study, is really celestial bodies. Like they're influencing everything you do, not only you on a micro level, but governments, policies. Like, for example, I had an astrology reading with a dude just before the Israel-Hamas attack and all that stuff happened. He told me it was about to happen. He said, yeah, it's going to be a lot of chaos on the planet because this planet is going in. So we're affected by planets. So the reason why I say that is because, like, look at somebody like Ramana Maharshi. He realized at like 14, and then he never stopped. Like he just lived in a forest, diaper on, butt naked, just sitting around, because that was his path and destiny. That's what the planets got him doing. Me, on the other hand, I really wish I could do that. I don't want to work. I don't even be wanting to talk on YouTube. I swear to God, bro. I just came back from YouTube for 4 months off. You was DMing me. I'm feeling so bad. Like, bro, I keep missing his messages because, bro, I'm so fucking stuck, bro. Like, I'm not paying attention to nothing. Even like, bills, bro. People, oh, you owe us this amount of money. I'm like, bro, damn, I didn't even know. Like, all right, here go the money. But because I'm not paying attention. But once again, the time period that I am in to Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology is the best astrology because it goes so deep.
It's they
even break it down. Yes, they even break it down to time periods and then sub periods. So the time period that I'm in is called Ketu Mahadasha. Ketu is all about spirituality, and that's it. And it's funny because when I track back when I first entered this period, it's a 7-year period. I'm like, that probably started when I quit football and I was awakening to spirituality. That's probably when it started. And I've been on some spiritual shit since. Because I'm like, I know, once again, this is ego. I know who I am. No, you don't. But up until then, I'm like, bro, I'm a motivated person. I want success. I'm ambitious. I'm strong. K2 came and wiped all that away. Like, no. And they say when you in K2 period, if you try to do anything that's not spirituality, K2 is going to punish you. And I've seen that in my own life. When I try to do certain shit, it said you could be prone to accidents. Was going in the gym hard. Man, because when you on some spiritual shit, Kundalini awakening, it's going to make you not have a lot of energy for shit that's human shit, like
Mm.
reading books, paying bills, trying to get a job, going to the gym. It's gonna naturally make you not have energy for that. So I've got strong willpower. Man, fuck this shit. I'm tired of meditating. I'm tired of sitting in my room doing bullshit. I'm about to get husky again. Bro, I got like big as I ever got, bro. Bro, feeling good about myself. Tear my fucking shoulder. Surgery, dumbass. Now
Jeez.
you sitting, bro. Now you sitting in the house because we forcing you to stay in the fucking house.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
get out of my surgery. Oh, I'm feeling cocky again. Oh, I'm about to be a whore. I'm about to fuck all these girls. Bro, I'm having like the most girls I ever had since like college, bro. I got like 3 rotations. Bro, get sick, almost fucking die. But
Really?
it's K2, bro. Yes, bro. I literally almost died, bro. And
From
it's
what?
K2, like, I forgot what the fuck that shit was. I think it was like an extreme case of strep throat. And like,
Jeez.
I'm such a gangster, bro, that I don't, cause you know, when you grow up, bro, in the hood and you really got like a ghetto mom, bro, they raise you tough love, like stop crying, stop acting like a bitch. So you naturally think you acting like a bitch. So I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna sleep and it's gonna be cool. Like I'm thinking, bro, I'm gangster, bro. Your body don't get sick, bro. You gonna get over it. Like I should have went to the doctors, but the fact that I kept ignoring it, bro, it just got worse and worse to the point like my throat was like so swollen, bro. I couldn't swallow nothing. Like,
Yeah.
and the doctor was like, bro, what the fuck? He said, bro, you need to go to the emergency room right now. Like,
Just
bro,
you
if you do
idiot,
not do
bro. What
this,
are you
you're gonna
doing?
die, bro. Right? Because I'm thinking like it's just gonna go away, but that shit didn't go away.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got 1 more year left of K2 once this new year start, and I'm trying my hardest to not upset it no more. Like, well, okay, bro, I'm just gonna do the spiritual shit. Like, you don't gotta fucking hurt me no
Mm-hmm.
more. So that's what I be saying. Like, you really don't know. That's another thing. You really don't know who you are though. Because what if you just under a planetary influence that's making you that person?
Yeah.
Because even me with spirituality, right? The next period that I'm in is Venus, and Venus is all about pleasure and enjoyment, money. So I'm like, bro, what if I go completely fuck this spiritual shit? Now I'm back on some, I'm getting money and having sex. Like, you just never know, bro.
It's weird, bro, because I just finished the autobiography of Yogi not too long ago. I'm pretty sure you've read that book
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Yeah, I heard it. I got to read it again. I ain't read
Okay.
it deeply.
Okay, yeah, no, it's really good, really good. But he was talking about astrology and stuff like that, and it kind of like occurred to me how it might be a psyop to make astrology like the lower level, mainstream level astrology just stupid to the point where guys think it's like, bro, this is some bullshit. Like, I'm not gonna listen to this girl talk about astrology. This Snapchat like telling me, oh, bro, I'm gonna do this and that, could kind of like steer them away from like the real truth, which just happens in like everything. But like, it kind of clicked with me on the astrology thing because if you
Mm-hmm.
really think about it, it's like the the most genius fucking people in the entire world at the time were the only people who made astrology. It wasn't a fucking
Yep.
college girl, or it wasn't a fucking your
Mm-hmm.
friend from down the street. It was like the legit like one in a million geniuses. Like, and there's like this saying where millionaires use numerology, billionaires use astrology, something like that. Maybe mix it up,
Oh,
but
yeah. I just
yeah.
made a video on Patreon
Mm.
titled uh, the same shit, the same phrase. Something I forgot now. I forgot the phrase, but it was like millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
And I made a video about that and went into deep on how to use astrology to the
Mhm.
most beneficial way to your chart, your time period. And I'm like, because like you said, it was kings and nobility that used astrology and astrologers.
Mhm.
But that's their fault though. If because once again, the universe is gonna blind anybody that don't want to know. If you look at a girl and be like, oh, that shit dumb, but that's your fault for not doing deeper research.
Mm.
Because I found astrology back in the day on some just, I don't even know how I found it, but it's like once I found like even the Western, and I'm like, yo, it's kind of accurate. Then it lead me into deeper practices, but like that's
Mhm.
your fault if you don't explore deeper just because this girl's saying some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm. Yeah, but I think it's also like to the point where it's kind of dumbed down to the point where purposely they don't want people to like really dive in and get the details, which happens with like damn near everything. Like, it's there's hidden truths to like everything in life that society, whoever you want to say, is kind of like keeping people from. But like you said, the people that really like see it and like take it for what it is, they don't let their judgment, their ego, like kind of like block them. They actually find the inner truth, the underlying truth that happens between it. But what you said about the 7 years in your cycle, was that like when you started YouTube too? Hmm. Hmm. How did
And
you start YouTube, and like what like got you to like I'm gonna go just put a camera in front of my face? Because I mean, like in the beginning too, when I was asking you, like it's just weird at first. Like, what do I talk about? What do I do? Like, people, like, what are people gonna think of me? It's like a kind of like a barrier to get over. Like, how did that happen for you? And what was like your vision from the start?
well, number one, bro, my friend, bro. Bro, I had a roommate named Terrence. It's funny as shit because he started a YouTube channel back in college.
Hmm.
And he used to always like sneak record me, bro, because I used to always be saying stupid shit or crazy shit. And I used to get mad, like, bro, stop recording me, bro. Like, I used to always get mad because I'm like, bro, I'm like, I maybe even would have did it in college, but I'm like, I know I'm so crazy that I'm like, bro, I'm gonna get kicked out of school. Like,
Hmm.
they're gonna kick me out of school, bro. I'm like, I know for a fact if I start saying what I want to say on it, bro, they're gonna kick me out. So I'm like, I'm not about to even play with this game, bro. At least until I graduate.
Hmm.
Then people just kept telling me because like I just say crazy stuff. They're like, bro, you gotta start a YouTube channel, bro. You funny as shit, bro. Just start a YouTube channel. But I'm still like, nah, like, cause I'm really antisocial, bro. I don't like being on no camera.
Hmm.
But then spiritual awakening, I seen other people talking about spiritual topics, and I'm like, damn, like I feel like I low key could be better at it than this person. This person got a decent following, so I'm like, shit, maybe I should try it. And then if I didn't have spiritual awakening, I wouldn't be able to do it
Hmm.
because I would be too much of an ego. Like, oh, they looking at me, they gonna make fun of me. Like that's ego. But once I lost my ego to some degree, it's easier to do it because it's like I don't give a fuck. This shit fake anyway. Like
Hmm.
I don't give a fuck that a NPC, a video game character, is saying some shit about another video game character. I don't give a fuck.
Hmm.
So that's how it started for real, for real.
Hmm. And like when you were starting it, what was like your vision? Like what were the where did you see it going? What did you want to talk about? Like what was like the main goal or mission in your content?
Bro, my main goal always and probably will always be just to give out the truth. Because I didn't even think I was going to ever get money on YouTube. I didn't
Hmm.
think it was going to turn into a career.
Hmm.
That shit just happened. Because I'm watching, even I was watching like other YouTubers. Bro, people was like, oh, you shouldn't start a YouTube channel. Like, it's impossible to get famous now. Da, 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 da.
Hmm.
It already, the YouTube wave already happened. So I'm like, oh shit, the way they making it seem like nobody can get. That's why you shouldn't listen to people. Like, they dumb as shit. Like, I
Hmm.
almost believe them too. Like, oh, you can't build an audience no more because da, da,
Hmm.
da, da, da. But yeah, it just like happened. But I just wanted to give out the truth because like I just hate the lies. Like society would be a better place if we just told the truth and accepted reality for what it was. The
Hmm.
reason why societies is crashing now because the people that started societies, they all was liars and they only wanted to paint their picture of reality. That's why
Hmm.
so many people going crazy now. Because now, because of the internet, it's hard to hide certain truths about life, and it's making people crash out because they, if you would have told the truth from the beginning, you might have been able to handle it better. Like, oh shit, all right, that's just life. But if
Hmm.
I told you all your life that something was what it wasn't, then you wake up as an adult and like, well, what the fuck? But that make you go crazy.
Hmm. So yeah, that so it was just kind of like unveiling the just like the fabric of reality for people was the main mission. But when was it? Did you realize like, damn, bro, like I can actually do this YouTube shit? Like I'm actually like affecting people's lives in a positive way. I'm actually building up this audience. I'm actually kind of like doing all this shit, even though you didn't really think you could. But like, what was like the point where it clicked that it was like, bro, I got this shit. Like I can keep rolling with it, and I've built up a good momentum with me. So why not just keep going? Put my foot on the gas.
It was when like I had like a bunch of videos going viral. Like before I deleted my channel, bro, my top video was like 100,000 views, like probably about to go to 2,000. But people don't notice, and this one reason I delete my channel for multiple reasons.
like 10
But one of the
times.
reasons why, right? But one of the reasons I delete them because I don't, like I said, I don't really want to be famous. I don't like a whole bunch of people knowing me. So
Mm,
my channel was growing way too fast. I'm like, bro, fuck no, eliminate this shit, bro. It's too many people
mm,
coming around here, bro. I'm like, so I'm
mm.
deleting this shit because that's how you stop the algorithm. If you delete a video, they can't find you. Even though I feel like that shit probably gonna be inevitable, like I can't escape destiny, but I'm like, at least in the beginning, I'm like, bro, I'm not liking all this attention, bro.
Mhm. So just a couple of videos were popping off, and like you were thinking to yourself, like, did you ever think that um, like after deleting this and that, where you just like might as well just like roll with it and like I can make money out of it, I can start like a career, I can like build up an actual audience to be able to do things. Maybe like if you want to write a book or do like I
Right.
don't know, like podcasts like this. Like, what made you realize that?
Well, some do actually, but once again, the universe just helped me out because I'm simple. Like I'm not gonna do too much. Like
Mhm.
even now, like somebody, somebody just commented on one of my videos, like, stop listening to this dude and his low level podcast, or he said his low budget podcast. Because I'm like, bro, I'm not about to, at least, I mean, maybe when I get bigger, I'll probably like really have a podcast studio and do some cool shit. But I'm like, bro, I don't care about all that shit. But it was some dude actually, he commented, was like, yo, bro, you should make a Patreon. And even Patreon, I was like, damn, I'm not, what the fuck I'm gonna talk about on Patreon? I'm like, I already gotta figure out what I gotta talk about on here. Now I gotta figure
Mhm.
out self doubting myself. Then I made a Patreon. I'm like, oh shit. Now Patreon be popping. And
Mhm.
then now courses. And I had a guy that helped me out doing courses. And
Mhm.
so it's like, bro, I feel like the universe just be helping me, bro. Cause
Mhm.
the universe know I'm not about to do some shit. Like I'm not about to do it. Unless
Mhm.
somebody help me do it or somebody say something, I'm not gonna do it.
Mhm. Have you ever had someone to like come up to you like in person and like recognize you?
Bro, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But that should be happening like way more than I thought it would be.
Mm.
Like it
Is
got
it-
to the point where when I used to go to my kickboxing gym, bro, like
Oh yeah.
3 people recognized me in my kickboxing gym. I said, "Oh, that's when I know this shit getting real."
Mhm. So that kind of like expand your perspective. Like, damn, bro, like there's this is like some like when you're on YouTube and like when I see like my channel, I got like 16,000, you got like 50,000. It's like you see the numbers, but like things like comments or even taken to another level, like you see the person or you do a consultation call with them. You're like, damn, I'm not just like talking to a camera like with nobody around. I'm actually like influencing and impacting people's lives. So like, did that give you a more like reason to just keep going with it, like actually like be like, damn, bro, I'm giving a positive like message to people are enjoying me, they're laughing at my stuff, but I'm still giving out some game to them here and there, you know.
No, for sure, definitely, bro. When I be thinking about like not doing it no more, I be like, "Damn, bro." People do say you be helping them, so that's like a good thing, especially because, bro, when you look around, it's not that many people telling the truth,
Hmm.
and it's not that many people giving out spiritual knowledge, especially in like a relatable way.
Hmm.
But then on like the deeper level, on some like universal shit, bro, this shit fake, bro. Like, so I know like it's just, bro, this shit just there's just some universe funny shit happening. Like this
Hmm.
shit weird. Cause even me, I'm like, bro, it don't even make sense why I'm famous. Cause I used to really always think like, damn, bro, I'm gonna be famous, bro. Or I'm gonna get a lot of money. Even if I didn't think I was gonna be famous, I'm like, bro, I know I'm about to get a lot of money.
Hmm.
And it's like now that it's like happening in real time is weird. It's like, bro, this shit just weird, bro. But like
Hmm.
you said, helping people is definitely cool and preaching out some good knowledge. Cause, bro, I don't, bro, we need better people giving out instructions to people because the people at the top is just lying to people. And it's fucking up society.
Hmm.
That's what really be getting me upset sometimes because we could really live in paradise on earth
Hmm.
if they just give out good game.
Hmm.
But they don't give out good game. They give out bad game.
Hmm. What would you say, like give me like three things that you think that if you like, let's say we brought everybody in the world to come up on your YouTube channel. You could give three pieces of game to like what you just said, like help society come back to paradise. Like what would they be?
Mm,
That's a little loaded
bro,
question.
one is celibacy.
Uh-huh.
Every man need to practice celibacy because every man always complain about women do this, women do that. Bro, just ignore them. Bro, women do not have power if you ignore them. If you
Mm,
don't pay attention to their nonsense. Like, that's what blows my mind because I can't say certain stuff because they're going to think I'm a certain person, even though it should be done. I'm just going to put it like that. But it's certain things that we cannot do no more because we already let the cat out of his bag.
mm,
And you can't put the cat back in his bag because they're going to look at that as inhumane. The cat
mm,
shouldn't be in a bag. No, it should be in a fucking bag because
mm,
that's where the cat belongs. But you can't do that no more. So you got to just be responsible adult, get with other responsible adults, and create more responsible adults.
mm,
You feel me? But that only happened with celibacy
mm,
because most men don't got self-control.
mm.
So they'll get with any girl just because she letting them. Then number two, mm, I don't know. I guess I would probably say financial literacy, like just being smarter on how you spend your money.
Mhm,
Then three, I would say, oh, physical fitness. I would make men make that shit like mandatory, bro. Like
mhm,
you gotta do something, bro.
mhm,
If you gotta run track, play. You have to play a sport because this is how you get your first level organizational skills. Your skills of learning how to teamwork and be a leader, or if you're not a leader, be a good follower. Like play sports.
mhm. Yeah, so the first point that you made with celibacy, I think that what you just said, like if a guy doesn't have self-control, like it's screwed. But on like a the highest degree self-control of self-control, I think that like semen retention or celibacy to some degree is like the final boss. It's like the final uh person you got to beat in the game. If you got that like handled and just kind of in control, everything else kind of falls into place. Like
Right.
I'm pretty sure you've gone on like pretty prolonged streaks, so you kind of like can attest to that. Because like I'm on 3 years plus of retention right now, like just a full on streak, haven't like relapse at all. But and I know you've done it for a long time. So can you like elaborate more on how important it is? Because like we can say it over and over again on videos, but like so people actually like try it and like realize that they're not really missing out on anything. They're kind of like gaining back a lot of what they've been missing out on their entire life. It isn't like the opposite way around. They're not giving up anything. They're kind of gaining a lot of their power back.
Right. So once again, the biggest like benefit with celibacy is one you're gonna get better self worth. Cause that's another reason why society is messed up. Men don't have self worth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of insecurities, problems, violence, it all comes from lack of self worth. Like if you got or just self fulfillment and happiness, which is part of self worth. If
Mm-hmm.
you're happy and content, you're not gonna go out into the world and do stupid stuff
Mm-hmm.
or commit violence against the world or just be mischievous. You're not gonna do it. So that's one of the biggest things is it make you content to where you don't need outside sources. So you're not gonna try to forcefully take a woman. You're not gonna try to forcefully do something to somebody else because you're contented.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just be focused on your goals. Once again, most men don't have goals. That's another reason why they say the idle mind is the devil playground.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people just do stuff. They don't have no goal. They just wandering around the planet aimlessly, just doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite because naturally by default, I'm a fuck boy. Like I know that for a fact naturally. Even like when I'm done because I'm trying to just do one more while I'm still in my K2 period. I'm trying to just stay focused and just stay out the way. But I would be a liar to say that once I'm done my celibacy streak, uh, or get out of this period, bro,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be fucking with multiple girls.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But you now realize the power of your seed and stuff like that. I think you just made a video about that too. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
you're you're gonna go out for these to get these girls for like to fill a void in a sense, like what most guys are doing. Like they don't have that self-worth, they don't have that sense of like fulfillment within themselves, so they go chase for bitches and Bugattis and stuff like that. And like, yeah, it's cool. Like if you can get those things while still maintaining like your frame, your fulfillment, your spiritual like focus and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't even have that, so they're just kind of like trying to grab something, patch it up, fill in that hole, and it's never gonna come to the point where it actually like keeps them there. But doing stuff like celibacy, spiritual practices, just overall developing yourself into your best version and your mind, body, and soul, what gets you to that point. So now with that in place that you just said before on your video as well, like your latest one, that you're not gonna just like frivolously like waste your seed on just pleasure. Like you kind of like have like a purpose for it, you know what I mean?
Well, see, now this is what I'll say. Because sometimes, like some dude, he commented and was like, basically judging my appearance, like, why should we listen to this dude? Like,
Mm,
just look at him. Like, he looked like a degenerate. And that could be possibly true. But this is what I also think. Arrogantly, cockily, whatever, I have more sense than the average person.
mm,
I have more sense than the average person running a fucking government. So I feel like it's my duty to preach out sense amongst nonsense,
mm,
even if I don't specifically adhere to it. Cause I never wanted kids. So, but I made a video about what men should do if you do want kids. That's how you
mhm,
should pick your partner. But I
mhm,
don't want kids.
mhm,
So I technically, if I want to be a whore and fuck different girls and not get them pregnant, that's my prerogative.
mhm,
Cause I know I'm not about to get nobody pregnant, or I never risked it so crazy to where,
mhm,
oh, I got this girl pregnant, bro. No, that's stupid shit.
mhm,
So I'm giving out knowledge to help other men who they do want kids to be smarter about it.
mhm,
But me, technically, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I don't need, because like you said, once you enter fulfillment, I don't need women really for much except for that, the physical pleasure.
mhm,
Now, obviously, I practice other games and techniques just to make it more interesting. But yeah, because I don't want, once again, like I said, I'm in K2, so who knows? I could go to my next period and be like, damn, I want to start a family. I doubt it, though. I really doubt it, but I
mhm,
don't want kids. You feel me?
mhm. But you see that, like you just said, you kind of see how to give the other side, the other perspective. Like you're doing your own thing, but like you understand like the right way to go about it for like the majority of people in life who want kids, this and that.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's so much stuff that I would say that, like, bro, yeah, you should do that because you want to do that, but
Mhm,
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, bro, that's it. It's a big realization for like most people that like they just like don't realize the power behind that. Like, bro, you can bring about a kid, and you might just be stuck with like with some no name that you don't really want to be with because you don't have that self control, because you didn't have that like spiritual knowledge of understanding like you harness like life force energy within your seed that can create a new human being. It can create a business, it can create content, it can create all these things, but you're
Hmm.
just gonna just not like respect it to the point where you can actually put it in the right positions.
And then this what I say too. Now this is superficial and shallow,
Hmm.
but this is how I look at it, and it's the same for girls too. A girl is only gonna let you have sex with her unprotected if she wouldn't mind having your baby. This is what men don't realize. This is why they always, oh, she trapped me, or bro, it's her nature to trap you. That's
Hmm.
literally her nature to extract energy from you from the deepest core.
Hmm.
So, by default, as a man, if you're going to have sex with someone unprotected, it should be someone that you look at them and be like, even if I did make a mistake, even if I didn't want to get her pregnant, I wouldn't mind if my genes mix with her genes and we
Hmm.
create a baby. You
Hmm.
feel me? Like even like that's just lower level. Like you're not really planning it, but at least you know I wouldn't mind it if
Hmm.
I did get her pregnant.
On like the back of your mind, you kind of have like this could happen. So like I have a purpose. There's like a deeper purpose to it. It's not just like literally 100% just pleasure.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense, bro. It makes a lot of sense, and it applies to everyone because I've talked about it before on my channel, like especially when it comes to like spirituality, semen retention, all these topics that we discuss in this podcast. There's levels to it. You don't have to go become a full on monk. You don't have to go do semen retention for like years on or like this and that. Like you can take these tips, these advice, these practices, and apply them in a practical sense in your own life to a certain degree. So it's cool to
Mm-hmm.
see like you talk about it in a very like relatable sense. That's why a lot of people enjoy your content. Like you make it like you take these bigger topics and like break them down to the point where it's like, oh bro, I can actually take it and
Right.
actually apply it
Right.
in my life. It's not just like I went on a fucking retreat with like some monk and like I don't even know what the fuck he said. It's like actually I can put it into my daily life, like, and you do it in a way like you kind of like having fun with it when in your videos, where you're always like doing rhymes. Like you could be a rapper if you honestly wanted to. Like you
Bro.
have like
Bro.
some witty
Yeah.
bars here and there, so it's dope, bro.
Bro, it's funny too, cause I'm like, I always knew I could be a rapper,
Yeah.
but I just didn't do it, cause I would have been a rapper if the dark side would have took over my life. Like if I
Mhm.
didn't go to college, I swear to God, my second plan was to sell drugs and start rapping.
Mhm.
But I'm like, but cause bro, my family, bro, I come from a family of drug dealers, bro. Like really like control our neighborhood. Like not just like, oh, they regular. No, they control our neighborhood. Like especially when I was growing up, bro, and
Mhm.
people wouldn't play with them. Like they would take it there with somebody. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I could easily just join my family business
Mhm.
and start rapping and do whatever it takes to maintain my reputation. Da, 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 da. But then I'm like, nah, because college football. I'm like, bro. But I wouldn't be surprised if I start rapping later in life or something, just on some fun, goofy shit.
Yeah. So last couple questions is now that you brought that up, like what was your family or your friends thinking like when you got onto the spiritual stuff? Like we are like, bro, this guy's fried his fucking brain off psychedelics or what?
Yeah, bro. My mom be like, I'm crazy as shit like that, cause she like a Christian, so you know how Christians is, bro. Especially black
Uh,
Christians, bro. Bro, anything that's not Jesus, bro, they think you a devil worshiper or they think you on
yeah.
some crazy shit. So my mom be like, "Oh, you crazy?" Bro, my whole family think I'm crazy. And then my friends, bro, I think my friends, because like they grew up with me since I was so young and like they know how solid I am as a person,
Mhm.
that even if they think I'm like what I'm doing is weird, they know like, damn, but this Zah though. So like whatever he doing, it gotta be something because bro, we know him. But yeah,
Mhm.
most of my friends, bro, I can't even. I got like a small group of friends that I can even like talk about this certain stuff with, bro.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true, man. Like when you get into like these type of topics, like it isn't gonna like click with everyone. Even with me and my friends, like I have a couple close homies that I can actually like talk about these things. But it's cool like when you like stuff like this, like be able to talk to you, someone that can actually pick up what I'm putting down, building
Right.
communities, whether it's Patreon. I got like a Discord, like where I talk to the my audience about these things on like a friend to friend level. You know what I mean? So it's funny because like your family might think you're crazy, your friends might think you're crazy, but like me and you will probably look at them like, no, they're fucking crazy, like they don't understand this. So it's like a little like a just like a game going on with the world.
Man, it's the book, another book. Now, this is like deep. This is like, I only recommend this book to people like on the highest, like I feel like you ready for the highest spiritual teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called the Ashtavakra Gita.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like direct to the point. No morality, no practices. Bro, they telling you who you are as a being on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the Ashtavakra Gita and the Avadhuta Gita, they both kind of in the same regard. And one of the sutras in it was like, even though his family may make fun of him and think he crazy, the serene yogi enjoys the yogic bliss. Like even they back then, bro, every knowledgeable person, every spiritual person, everybody thought they was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this is one reason why like I don't like humans. Oh my God, you're so crazy. You did it, bro. Jesus was crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but now y'all sucking his dick and follow his religion. Bro, goofballs, bro. Like, bro, he was a homeless, wandering weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
because it's popular now with, bro, they fucking dumb. Like, humans are really just dumb, bro. Like, it's sad. Buddha, fucking, even Muhammad, bro, I mean, maybe Muhammad might have got a little bit more respect in his time, just because of where he was coming from, but, bro, Jesus, bro, the main one, let's just say Jesus, the main one, bro, they did not like him. And then they wait till after you die, then be like, oh, he was amazing. Bro, humans are so weird.
Yeah.
That's why I don't take them serious. Like, I can't take a lot of people serious, bro.
And like what you just said with like Jesus and like Buddha and stuff like that, I remember you had a video not too long ago that was like saying that Jesus is not a Christian and Buddha was not a Buddhist. And like when you talk to people like maybe your mom or your family who's Christian and try to like tell them these things, like how did you go about it? Like you're telling them that, bro, like these guys were yogis or mystics or sages that like got to that point, that got these universal downloads, that you can too, that this person can too, all of us can. We have the capabilities, but who's gonna put in the actual like effort to do so? Like what is the reception you got from maybe your family, the audience on that video, and here and there?
See, when it comes to like my family, bro, and like people, bro, I don't tell them nothing. Like, bro, I'm secretive, bro. Bro, my mom like found out about my YouTube channel, bro. Like, cause you know how moms is, bro. They just nosy. So then she ended up finding it and then telling everybody. And I'm like, bro, I hide it from y'all for a reason. Like, bro, y'all are sheep, and y'all meant to stay sheep, bro. Everybody not meant to awaken, bro. Most people can't handle the truth, so you can't even. I wouldn't even try to convince them or tell them, bro. I'm just gonna let them live their life, because everybody, like I said, for the planets, everybody got their own directional path. So I'm not gonna even try to convince most people to be on a certain type of thing. Even like people be mad sometimes. They're like, bro, why you gatekeeping information, putting stuff on Patreon? Bro, because, bro, YouTube is like, I say, YouTube is the public street. It's like back in the day when Malcolm X and them was on the corner preaching. Bro, they was annoying, bro. People didn't like them doing that because they're just spouting the truth to any drone that walk by. Then occasionally, somebody be like, oh, damn, he making a lot of sense. That's YouTube. It's like the street. Even like because on Patreon, I get into actual yogic practices, yogic poses, pranayamas, deeper texts that I would never talk about in public or put it on my YouTube channel, because, bro, I don't got time for the sheep. Like, I don't. It's annoying enough that they come to my channel. Oh my god, bro, it's already annoying. So I'm like, bro, I know if I put this out there, they're gonna be, bro, their head gonna explode. So I don't talk, bro. I don't try to talk to people, bro. I'm not gonna. I don't talk to people, bro.
In the beginning of like your spiritual awakening, did you get that sense of like, bro, I need to tell people this stuff?
See, luckily for me, the people that I was around, they kind of, at least one of them from college was my cousin, bro. He kind of was like, at first he didn't really get it, but as he got more mature, he started to see. And then my other roommate, it's funny because in the Tao Te Ching, it's a phrase that says, when a fool, it's like when a wise man hears the Tao, he immediately puts it into practice. It said when a fool hears the Tao, he immediately starts laughing. It said if he don't laugh, then it's not the Tao. And it's funny because when I first put one of my homies onto the Tao, bro, he literally started busting out laughing. And he was like, bro, this is some bullshit. Bro, he grew and got older, then he started a little bit understanding. But they just go to show you that, bro, everybody can't handle it. And then, like I said, luckily, people trust me where I'm from. Like, I carry myself where people respect me. So even if they don't get something, they'll like have more patience with it to try to hear it out because it's coming from me. At least like my friend group now, parents, bro, you know how old people, bro, they stuck in their ways. So they ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah. Well, like when I first got into all these things, especially after that like 5 gram trip, I was like, bro, I need to tell everybody about this shit. Like, what the fuck just happened? And then everyone's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you just tripped your ass off. Bro. Like, you just saw shit. You're not doing all that. So like, I understood like that whole idea of like not everybody's supposed to be awakened. Like, there's there's supposed to be sheep for this whole thing to keep on turning, for the cycle of samsara, or whatever you want to call it, to keep on spinning.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's cool though to see that you, hopefully I'm doing to my best degree, are like hitting to the people that are like searching for this type of knowledge, like maybe you were in the beginning, or maybe I was in the beginning, that eventually that they can take it, maybe they start up YouTube channels and they do it and just keeps passing on more and more and more, because like you said, people need this stuff. Like, it's not, the world is not just physical and mental, but it's also a deep rooted and spiritual. And if you understand how to play all three games on all three planes properly, then you're gonna put yourself in a better position to like just reach your fullest potential and just overall win the game of life.
Right, yeah, and even like cause not to like just to look down on people, but even when I first heard Ramana Maharshi, because Ramana Maharshi, he is of the same class of Ashtavakra Gita,
Mm,
Avadhuta Gita. He's not telling you to do no spiritual practices. He's not telling you what's right and what's wrong. He's just giving you the truth.
mm-hmm,
So when I first heard him and he was like, "You're God," and da da da, I'm like, "Bro, you sacrilegious." I'm like, "Bro, this shit, bro." I felt like a demon listening to it. I'm like, this shit sacrilegious. I'm turning this shit off.
mm-hmm.
But like when I first heard it, and that's probably like my sophomore year of college. But then like later on, I'm like, damn, Robin Maharshi, one of my favorite teachers now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy because like your prejudgments and your all that conditioning kind of like just puts like a block. Like you can't listen to stuff. Like sometimes I'll talk to people, like especially people who are religious. I say it with air quotes, that meaning that they just were brought up in religion. They don't really actually like
Mm-hmm.
take the time to read the Bible or whatever text it is for what it truly was, what Jesus or whoever it is that they're following actually meant. And they're just
Mm-hmm.
like, no, bro, like what are you talking about? It's supposed to be this and that. And I'm like, dude, take some time to actually understand it. Like, it's then you'll come to realize. And a couple of people, some of my friends are like, oh bro, like kind of makes some sense what you're talking about now. But it's like it's just that block that like it feels like you're kind of like psychologically, as you know, like as a psychology major, it's like a threat to their like survival. Like they identify with this group or this religion. That's like their tribe, and they're just gonna go down swinging with it. But when you actually like
Right.
lay down the foundation, they're gonna be like, okay, like maybe there's some other shit to it.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so to wrap things up, bro, where can people find you? Because I'm gonna put all the descriptions down below on where they can contact you. Maybe they're interested in the Patreon. Go check out your channel before you delete it again for the 10th time. Yeah, where are all the links? And what is like one thing that you want people to gain when they click on your videos or they go on your Patreon, or just where do you see this message getting to?
Well, yeah, all my links and stuff, you could just go to my YouTube channel, Mada Sudana. He probably gonna put the links in. So everything you can find is linked in on my YouTube channel, is on under every video, along with my Instagram, if you wanted to book a consultation or something like that. And I'm even gonna update my link tree on Instagram to put all my links in it. But the main thing I really just try to give people is freedom to do whatever they want, because
Mhm.
that's the ultimate, like all the ultimate spiritual teachers that I learned from, like even Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, his teacher, and Ramana Maharshi, they don't tell you like, oh well, you should be helping the poor, and they don't say that shit. They say, bro, your nature is freedom,
Mhm.
and when you awaken, you're free to do whatever you want.
Mhm.
Like even the Ashtavakra Gita again, it said the wise man, once he's self-realized, he's free to either live in mountain hut and caves, or he's free to you know commune amongst the people. They
Mhm.
say he could either be a celibate, or it was like the timid man is afraid of sense pleasures and is going to do everything possible to avoid them. And it said the realized man can either reject the pleasures, or he accepted pleasures and used them for his benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, bro, they don't judge at all, bro. They don't care what you do.
Mm-hmm.
They just want you to be free. So that's what I try to give people, to be free. Because even like the beginning of my Patreon, the first video I make is for people to like write down their goals about what they want to do. Because spirituality will help you with your materialistic goals.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to help you step outside the box that
Mm-hmm.
society try to put you in.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
beautiful.
freedom is
beautiful.
the main thing. Freedom.
Beautiful. And is there anything that you're working on behind the scenes? Any projects, any videos, any courses and stuff that you got going on that we can be kind of like up to date on and like understand that this is coming in the near future?
Well, I just finished my celibacy course. Yogic poses, bro. Once again, yoga is undefeated. There is literally a sequence of poses that you can do. You will eliminate lust completely. Now, that's another thing I say to people that do celibacy. They be like, well, how can I do it? It's too hard. And I really do believe if you're trying to practice celibacy without yoga, that's hard as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people is able to do it. Like Malcolm X, bro. Malcolm X, in his biography, he went celibate for 12 years.
Mm.
But just straight off of willpower, and I'm trying to free my people. Like, so just straight off of willpower. But most people are not strong enough to just be, I know I'm not, bro. If I didn't have yoga to do it, bro, I wouldn't be what I was saying. Oh yeah, yoga. So if you don't do it with yoga, it's gonna be unnecessarily difficult. And even me, I would not be able to do certain things like just to be easy celibate without yoga. Then on the same token, I have because once again, if you look at my birth chart, it's gonna tell you, bro, this motherfucker is a whore. You know what I'm saying? Like, he dates around. Bro, I'm dead ass, bro. You can look at anybody's birth chart and see who they're gonna be. So one of my birth charts is tell me that, bro, you're gonna be a practitioner of Tantra, meaning like using spirituality and sexuality. So for people who don't, or not strong enough or capable or don't want to just completely abstain, I have a Tantra course to help you practice keeping your seed while still giving the D. You feel what I'm saying? So, because I feel like it's just fun, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love women. I love playing with women, but bro, when it comes to practicality, I know your seed is valuable, and it is your best interest to keep it inside of you. So yeah, I got those courses. But other than that, bro, I'm just trying to do my last year. You feel me? My last year at K2 period. Because I feel like, everything is divine timing. So the universe is preparing me for my next level. So I just going to keep doing my spiritual practices, get more deeper in tune with the knowledge so I could give it out in the most concise, accurate way.
Dope. So, and last question, man. You're Philly native, right? Born and raised? And I've never stepped foot in Philly, but I've been fucking with the process, the Sixers, for like more than like 7-8 years now, man. Is this finally year, like using your Vedic astrology and this and that, that they get out of the second round? That they fucking finally get out of the second round?
Bro, it's funny, bro, because I swear, I'm like, yo, the Sixers, bro, they are so annoying, bro, that bro, sometimes, bro, I swear to God, I'm like, bro, I'm not about to watch these bum ass niggas, bro. Like, y'all about to make me mad, because I really get mad, bro. So I'm like, I'm not about to let them fuck up my mind. And they trick you every year.
Every year.
This is what I know about the Sixers. They trick you. Oh, damn, they look good. They really might do. Bro, then they fuck up. So I'm low-key, if we would have kept Harden, I would have been like the same shit. Bro, we not doing shit. But low-key, we made some good moves. We get rid of Harden and got all them role players, bro. And then Nick Nurse is a real coach. Bro, I've been wanting Doc Rivers to get the fuck up out of here, bro. He was pissing me off, bro. A dumbass, bro. I'm like, why is he coaching? But got rid of Doc Rivers, Nick Nurse, a real coach, nice role players with Embiid, Maxey stepping into that next level, which I knew he was going to be. Thank God for Maxey. But look, this is where it get weird. Kelly Oubre get hit by a car and now he out. Like, why is the Sixers always on some what the fuck?
You think they curse?
How you get hit by I ain't gonna say that because I don't want to say that. But listen, if it come down to championship or Eagles Super Bowl, fuck the Sixers. I need the Eagles to get another Super Bowl.
Really,
You feel
really?
me?
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, we do got a good chance this year because of all the factors, like I said, the coaching and the players
Mm-hmm.
that we got. Hopefully, Kelly Oubre be back soon because we really need him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, now that he out, but we just fucking lost. Like I think like back to back or some stupid shit. But if they, I feel like this really could be the year, bro. Like I'm not gonna get my hopes up or nothing, but yeah, this really could be the year.
Mm-hmm. We got to check into the astrology charts, bro. We got to check in the astrology charts.
Right? Yeah, I'm about to say you probably could do some deeper science on that shit, but I'm not about to do
No,
it.
people bet like that. It's crazy. People bet like that off astrology.
Maybe one day, when I get real proficient into the Vedic arts, I'll start doing
Mm-hmm.
like crazy shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'm focused on some other shit. Like I'm still in that inner void type period. So it'd be hard for me to even like care about certain stuff, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even YouTube. But before I go, YouTube. When I first came to YouTube, bro, I was grinding hard as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm making videos 3 times a day, 2 times a day. Bro, then the K2 period, mind you, I was already in the K2 period, but there's sub period.
Mm-hmm.
So I must have hit a sub period that took me even deeper away from materialistic goals. Because even when I was away from YouTube for 4 months, I'm like, bro, I don't want to be away from it for this long. I want to make videos and content,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't in a mind space to verbalize information. That's another thing. When you get deeper into like the void, you really do become quiet.
Mm-hmm.
That's why all the yogis, Ramana Maharshi, they say like the highest teaching is like silence,
Mm-hmm.
because you really can't talk because your brain is just so focused on itself and its own energy, you don't feel a need to verbalize out information. So when I do get in the mood to want to verbalize, that's when I'm like, all right, let me make videos and take advantage of me getting back into my human brain again.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so everybody that's watching this, bro, you better fucking make good use of it before he gets back into another cycle and just deletes his channel and the Sixers lose in the second round and fucking this whole thing goes again.
Right.
But appreciate you pulling up, man. That was a fucking great convo, man. I've been really enjoying your content for like years now, man. It's been a real help in my life and other people's lives. And bro, you're just a character. You're just a cool cat, man. Cool way of bringing about spirituality that people can actually apply into their lives. So appreciate you pulling up to the pod, bro. And if we ever do this again, man, it would be dope.
For sure, bro. Appreciate you for having me,
No
bro.
doubt, man. Peace.